So the only thing is that I belong to the Spanish government. My organization is called Invest in Spain, and we mainly help investors, no matter where they are coming from, to invest in Spain, and no matter the sector and no matter their activity. So from my part, what I would like to do as well is apologizing on behalf of those companies who in the beginning were scheduled to come, who were Riconsa and the Spanish association from the region of Murcia, Promotores, because due to internal organizational reasons, they have to cancel in the last minute. Riconsa is a private corporation. They're a national one, national coverage. They are one of the main point reference in the market because they manage the process from the beginning, from land acquisition to construction and post-sale service. This company, as these type of meetings usually are more focused on residential, this company has a main project which is called Isla Canela, translated into English means Cinnamon Island, and which is located in the Huelva province. It's in the corner of Andalusia, on the west corner, next to Portugal. They have developed there more than 4,000 homes and shopping center, 5 malls as well. It's a great project. It's a pity that they can't be here today to show you all the wonders of this project. But if you want me to put you in contact with them, I will be more than delighted. The other one who was coming as well is the association from Murcia. I don't know, Murcia is a region situated in the middle between Andalusia and Valencia, and they represent the majority of the developers and promoters of this province. They support these companies and they represent them not only in Spain but abroad. And they usually come with us, but this time they are not the same. But not for only these 2 companies, but any other company in Spain, I would be more than delighted to put you in contact. Because I'm based in Madrid, and today I'm here just for this meeting. But I encourage you to talk to me later if you want to talk or discuss a little bit more about the sector. Because José Miguel has talked a lot about Sareb, but it's not only Sareb. In Spain, there's a great demand and a great offer with very differentiated products, real estate actives, assets, and he has talked about very specific examples within the percentage of the prices has low, but you can find a wide variety of products. It depends on what you're looking. Rovia, I think it's a great example because it represents a lot of the developers of the area. It's a great variety, high quality variety, isn't it? And our corporation, the financial entity that is here with us as well, they have a national coverage, and I cannot say that much about AEC, but I'm sure they have a nice. So it's worth to talk about Spain with any of them because they can give you a very interesting point of view of the real, not only the macroeconomic Spanish situation, but the microeconomic which they have according to the offer. From my part, I think I've covered my 5 minutes, so thank you very much for being here.
Okay, thank you, Belem. Friends, I don't know how you want to proceed. Actually, Alejandra and Dr. Alejandra Navarro, who has credentials, lawyer credentials in Spain and in Austria, can explain a little bit about the legalities of acquiring properties in Spain. Please, Alejandra.
Thank you very much for the presentation. Yes. I also have, and thank you very much firstly, Mr. José Miguel Cortés, for the presentation, and I have to say also thank you to the British Chamber, the Federal Chamber of Commerce, to give us the possibility to have today this event here in this beautiful place. And especially I have to say also that I have the to say thank you to Mr. Svoboda because I have the possibility to cooperate also with this association. This is a really active association with a lot of events and activities here in Austria and also in Spain. As Mr. Jose Miguel said, firstly, where I come from, I am from Argentina, but I'm living in Vienna since more than 16 years. I'm a lawyer in my country, I'm notary in my country, so we have been since more or less 20 years in the real estate, in the field of the real estate. I have also a presentation, but in German language, because also for the potential investors, you have the possibility to have some more legal information regarding this aspect in the Spanish market. I'm also living in Spain, so we are dealing since a few years with the investments in Spain in the legal point of view. The first thing is regarding why Spain. In Spain, not only because the prices, but it's also from the legal point of view that you have really a support and you have really a good legal frame. Sometimes, especially British investors or the German investors, they ask for if really it's true that you have this possibility to be protected according to the Spanish legal law. And I have to say yes, it is really true because sometimes there are two possibilities to buy a nice place, a nice house, or some projects in Spain. One possibility is that you have this promotion, like we say promotion, which are the promotion places. For example, you have a land without, or you receive only a nice information, a catalog with information regarding the future building or the future departments, for example, and in that, when you visit the place, then you have only the land, but not really a house. Then this is the problem in really, if you have to say how we look this in the future, and how is the legal point of view of this investment. The second aspect is if you buy a second-hand house or a second-hand place, which is, of course, not a new house, and then the legal point of view would be absolutely different, especially regarding to the taxes. The other very important aspect is regarding the support of the government for foreign investors coming to Spain. Because if you are investing more than an amount like 500,000 euros, then you receive also the permission to live in Spain, which is very important. I think it's for 2 years. It's for 2 years according to the new law from July 2013. So you have also this possibility. It is not really a problem for investors coming from Spain, from Austria, or from Germany, or the UK, but it is also, today we have some consultants and lawyers coming from other regions, like for example Russia or other places, or I think Dubai also here. So it is very important to know that you have this possibility also when you are investing in Spain. So it is, like you see here, like Mr. Cortés explained before, you have, of course, very good prices, and lately we have the possibility to have information regarding some projects and some interesting possibility to invest there. But it's also the legal frame to invest. So if you buy, of course, you have. Sometimes I have information from some investors who say, yes, but it's a bit tricky in the market because there are some black money when I pay, for example, or if I pay 10%, but I'm not really sure if I will get really something in the future. Well, let me explain you that there are, of course, the possibility to sign a sale contract. It is a Kaufvertrag. And then, which are the most important elements of this contract? You have to describe, of course, the place, the house, the object, like you see here. And then, of course, if the person has the possibilities, he has the right to save this place. Then you have the possibility to research online, for example, in a web page, also in legal, in the Spanish language, which is registradores.com. Registradores is how can I say, the book, what is the, the legal register, exactly, the property register. And then you have two possibilities. The first one is to ask for the information, only I think it's 10 euros if you ask online from the website, and then you have immediately the information regarding this place. Does this place have, for example, problems, as a hypothèque, for example, credit mortgage, for example, or all the taxes were paid already or not? Because be aware that when you buy a place in Spain, then it is possible that you have to assume the whole mortgage, for example, if you are not really informed before, and then you need to handle this aspect with the seller. So this is the first thing. And the second thing is you have also the possibility to ask for information online to the mercantile register, the commercial register. Is this person representing really legally this company? Does this company exist or not? And the second thing is this person really authorized to sign this contract, this legal contract, this same contract with me or not? So they are really very easy steps, but of course you can save a lot of problems lately if you have take the time to research this information before. Then you have, of course, the possibility to think about the prices. How is the price? How much you are paid firstly. Normally, when you sign a contract, it is asked to pay at least 10% of the price in advance, which is really good for buyer and also for seller. If I buy a place in Spain and then I pay the 10% in advance, what is the problem if I say, no, well, now I decide something different? Then, of course, you lose this 10%. But if the seller say lately, no, I found something who pays it something else, someone, for example, instead of 100,000, he pays 150,000 euros, then this person, the seller, of course, will lose the 10%. He has to pay back the 10% with a 10% more as penalty. So it is really good if you have the possibility to handle about this point, about the payment in advance, in the sale contract. And then the second point in the contract is also regarding the bank information. There are, of course, some serious offers, and today we have some very good presentation at this regard, because it is always better if you ask for legal advice, but also for consultants who speak also your language and the national language, the Spanish language. Why? Because then you have the possibility to handle about not only the price, but also about the 10%, and be aware that it is a must to open a bank account for this payment. So you are on the sure, of course, on the safe place if you have this first information. The second point is the contract, and the third point is this bank account only for this operation, for this business. The other very, very important figure is the notary in Spain. Normally, when you sign the contract, you have two kinds of documents according to the Spanish law. Then you have the private contract and you have the public contract, documentos públicos. Which is the difference? For example, a documento público, it is the document who was informed from the notar, or from a public administration office, or from the court. And then, when you have, for example, let's say again, you have the information firstly from the online, the websites, and then you handle with your seller, you sign the contract, then you sign for a notar, in a place in the notary office. Why? Because the notar is more or less like here in Austria, according to the Spanish law. They have the possibility to say, this person, for example, the seller, he's really the seller, he has the possibility to say, he's really persona hábil, which is this person has the ability to sign this contract, to understand what he's doing. And then the notar will be the person who is in charge of the to bring the documents to the property register. Which is, of course, in more or less 15 days, you have again your title, your escritura pública, which is the title of your property. And the very important thing is, what is a good question? What is it if I sign the contract, but I don't bring this document to the property register? Because it could be. Some people say, well, it is very expensive, then I will avoid this. The problem is that according to the Spanish law, yes, you are the owner of the place, but it could be, for example, that the seller has legal problems, or maybe he didn't pay the mortgage, or he didn't pay the taxes, and then, of course, the public administration office will go against this property. Then it could be, of course, a big risk for you, because you have something but with progress. Then I know some cases, and this is really very problematic, because then you have to, have another possibility only to pay this amount to avoid the problem, and then you have, of course, the property. So don't forget this, it is a very important point to bring the documents to the registro de propiedad, the property register. When I buy a house, a home in Spain, then I need a number, a very special number, which is the NIE, as the number for identification number for foreign investors. This is very easy to get. Then you go only to the public administration office for foreign people living in Spain, and then you get this number. And with this, then you are allowed to have your business, to have your home, to pay your taxes, to do everything in Spain. It is not complicated. Before, you normally got a card, but now it's only a document, only a paper, and then you can make so many copies, which is necessary, and that's it. This is very easy to do, so it's not complicated. And then you have here, if of course stay at your disposal, if you want to see how much you have to pay if you buy a house in Spain. For example, as you see here, normally the seller pays more than the buyer of the property. Then you have, of course, the many taxes, but it is according to the place where is this house or this project. Some communities are very beneficial, and then they have a low taxes if you compare with other communities, for example. Well, as you see, the notar fees are not very expensive. Normally, according to the law, of course, they have also this tariff resets, like here in Austria, also the lawyers. And then, this is the other question. Sometimes you will be invited to pay cash, some money cash. Also, the fees for the immobilium, for the real estate office. And then, of course, you can save some money, but be aware that then, when you are going to sell this house or this property, of course, it is lower the price than in the market. in the sale market, the normal market, which could be, of course, a little bit negative for you if you are thinking about buy a place to sell and have some rentability as well. So this is a point to be really careful. Of course, you are saving some money about fees of the lawyers and notary fees and also taxes, but it could be a little bit negative for you and tricky, I have to say. So, and then you have here a good example that I got from a very good cooperation partner of our office, a notary in Spain, in the south of Spain. For example, if you are buying a place with a price of 1 million euros, how many costs, how are your costs, how high are your costs? Then you have, of course, the IVA. The IVA is the mehrwertsteuer, that is taxes, but in Spain it's 21% of the price. But if you have 10%, if the person who buys is a private person. For example, except if you are buying a place for commercial purposes. Then you have, in other cases, you have only 10%. Then you have, of course, the taxes and the main fees for the register, the property register. And as you see here, the cost of the notary are not really very high. Well, you have to, of course, sometimes the situation that there are some offers, like I said before, which are maybe not really serious. So it is really very, very important to take the time to inform yourself about this person, about the company who is selling the place, and also the company, if it really exists or not, also about the contracts. Normally, they will present you a contract, a standard contract, which is like a form, yes, and then you don't have really a lot of possibility to discuss about this contract, if you agree normally with us, because it's a company and they have the standard. And in these cases, then we have to say also that the notary, this company, they also with choice who is the notary, who is the lawyer, who is advising in this case, in this operation. And then, this is the situation, and you don't have many possibilities. But that's why we also say, please take the time to look for serious companies, serious consultants, and serious lawyers who are going to discuss in the local language about the conditions of the contract. This is very, very important. And it's also very important because then the lawyer or the consultant will take the time to look for information regarding permissions. Has the company the necessary permissions to build here a project or not? Because if not, then of course the penalties are very, very expensive in this case. So they have also the possibility to get credits. Sometimes I read some statistics, well, it's not really possible in a moment in Spain, no? It is, you have really possibility to get your credit, crédito hipotecario, especially if you have some reserve, some money to invest. Then there are possibilities, and as you see, especially now, because the interests are not very high at the moment. So you have to, and we also say, please have a look to the condition in different banks, because there are very lot of differences in the interest, especially, and the documents and the cost for investment. So then I said thank you very much for your attention, and it was really a pleasure to meet you today. And you will stay at your disposal for any questions that you maybe should have. And thank you very much.
Alejandra, there was some issue about the VAT.
Yeah, the VAT, the general one in Spain is the 21, which he mentioned. But for the real estate, it's 10% since the 1st of January. It was 4 until the 31st of December, but it changed and now it's the 10%.
Independently of the fact that it's a new house or a...
No, it depends on which is who is the person, they can tell you. Depending if is the first seller, is 10%, is the VAT, which the tax that applies. But if not, when it's for second-hand home, in particular individuals, is it was the
Depends
transmission
on the
that
community, but it's ordinary between 8 and 10.
and 8 to 10. Okay, but it's always around that percentage. It's not
Okay.
21.
Okay, thank you, Alejandra.
Thank you.